Hey Honda fans! Today we're in St. Louis to share with you the enthusiasm of an amazing Honda family. Dave Mungenast was a real Renaissance man, a Green Beret, an AMA Hall of Fame champion racer, philanthropist, and even a Hollywood stuntman. But besides his legacy, he left behind a little treat for us, a vintage Honda showroom.
I met Dave when I was 15 at an ice cream parlor where all the kids hung out, and I thought he was cute. I walked up and I said, hi. One time he came home and he said, Barb, what would you think if I wanted to open a motorcycle store? He had already captured me. I said, well, Dave, you know, if I had to go to work every day to earn money for my family, I would want to go to a job that I liked. And I said, go for it. We became a Honda dealer in 1965.
My dad was very much his own man. He didn't take a set path like a lot of other people. Certainly wasn't the path his parents would have chose for him to take.
Dad was a real entrepreneur, and he was never afraid to take a risk.
Honda was so god-awful important to us. I mean, here we were just two people trying to succeed, you know, and we got hold of this product.
He served on the National Dealer Advisory Board, and he was the chairman for both the automobile division and the motorcycle division. I think he's one of the few individuals that ever did that.
Dad not only believed that without racing there is no Honda, but he lived it.
Dad competed on a regular basis in motorcycle events in this area and really all over the world.
Where he enjoyed it the most, improving Mr. Honda's philosophy on that, was on a Honda motorcycle.
My favorite bike in this collection is probably this 1964 CL72 that's over my right shoulder. That's really a tribute to Dad and to Honda's first national championship in the United States.
The racing background definitely promoted our family business.
Then he gets involved with the stunt work.
It was a thrill for the whole family. The museum was my father's vision. Everything just kind of fell in place. All the pieces just added up, and we just decided this was going to be an area for us to explain our history and our vision and our appreciation for what the Honda franchise did for us.
I'm here with Don Levin, who was one of the first Mungenast auto employees in the late 60s. Hey, tell us a little bit about this N600.
Well, this was the first automobile that Honda brought to the United States in late 1969, 1970, I believe. And it was a unique automobile both because of its size and the fact that it was front-wheel drive, two-cylinder, air-cooled, but it was peppy and responsive and easy to drive, and of course it got great gas mileage.
And then over here we've got a Z600. Now, what's the differences between the N and the Z?
Well, the Z was the next model, and this model featured a hatchback design.
A lot of people thought it was a motorcycle engine, but it was a two-cylinder 600.
Two-cylinder air-cooled 600cc engine that was derived from motorcycle concept, but it was a real automobile engine with a 4-speed transmission and front-wheel drive and very performance-oriented. When you come to America, everything seems to want to get a little bigger. And when the Honda Civic came out in 1973, this was a revolution in small cars. 1500 CVCC came out in 1975, where they could meet the emission standards without any extra converters and the use of unleaded gas and the extra performance. And it was just a car that answered the itch of a lot of people.
After the Civic CVCC, we had Accord come out around 1976.
1976, the first Accord hatchback came out. It's like if you set out to do something perfect, that's what you wound up with, was a Honda Accord.
The average enthusiast would be happy to have one rare S car. You guys got 3 of them here. Tell us about these cars.
Dave and I got a chance to purchase a couple of new Honda cars, and so we flew down to Florida on a Sunday morning, and he purchased an N600, and I purchased an S800, and then we proceeded to drive them back to St. Louis. Dave drove his back nonstop.
He said, Barb, come on, I'm gonna take you a ride in this new car I have. And we took off. It was a beautiful moonlit night, and Dave was an excellent driver. Car handled beautifully. He loved how it took curves, you know, and everything like this. He was really impressed with it. And I was too. I thought it was darling.
It was an amazing engine at the time because it was a roller bearing crankshaft, double overhead cam, 4 carburetors. And, you know, in my S800, I drove it to Chicago, and I think we were like running 7,800 RPM at 70 miles an hour or something like that. It just kept on going and never broke.
All right, and where did you get the little red S?
We acquired that about 20 years ago. I believe they refinished it, put a top on it, reupholstered it. We just had to have it, and you can't have too many, as you can tell.
One of Honda's core values is joy, and Dave brought joy to everything he did and everyone he met. The Mungenast Classic Museum is so amazing, we had to make 2 videos to share it all. To see all the vintage Honda motorcycles, please check out part 2 of Dave's Dream at Honda Kokoro.